it is bonus video time, and today I am going to show you how to do dripping blood. So because this is a bonus video, I did not include this color. It's Alizarin Crimson in your suggested supplies for the whole class. If you don't have it, you could easily just mix burnt umber with the cadmium. It'll be a slightly different effect, but it will work okay. So you'll see the difference between the alizarin, and then I mixed some cadmium with the burnt umber there, or dark brown. I'm just going to show you with the alizarin crimson because that's the way I always do it in all my paintings that I use blood, which is very rare, but around Halloween I do. If you want to see it in action, what it looks like in the final, you can scroll through my group and see, or on my page, and see this Squid Game painting that I had done. So blood, you can do either drips, which I'll show you. Just do some like squiggly lines if you want it to look like it's dripping down the page or down the canvas. And then I'm going to do at the very end like a teardrop shape almost, to kind of mimic that drip. And I don't want it too teardroppy, so I'm smoothing up the edge. Okay, you can do splatters, you know, just some areas of random shapes. You can do as if a drop has just landed. In fact, if you're going to do drops, you can do a few all around. Okay, and maybe another splatter. Okay, so you're going to let the alizarin crimson dry a little bit. And then we're going to start layering the color. Okay. When I get to the highlight part, you can put the highlight wherever you want. I'll explain that while I'm doing it. But because I have this on a white background, my highlights I'm going to try to put more toward the center of each thing. If you're on a, so as if the light is coming from above. If you're you know, on a darker color background, you can do the light source from any direction and do your highlights on the side versus, you know, the middle or whatever. Okay, so this one's pretty dry. So I'm going to take some of that alizarin crimson and I'm going to mix a touch of burnt umber in here. And this is just going to, oops, darken it some. This will give us our, you know, shading here. So I said that my highlights are going to be in the center, so I'm going to come around the edges. So just the edge of what you painted, and just come in with that mixture, the crimson and... Okay, so we're taking that alizarin crimson and burnt umber color and going all the way around the edges. You can probably see some of it because my camera cut off again. So for the small little dots, I just cover the whole thing. We're going to add highlights. Okay, so now we're just going to add plain cadmium, and I'm just going to come right in the middle. This is where we want, you know, it to look like, you know, it's sticking up. For the blobs, you don't have to be particular with it. It doesn't have to match the shape because blood kind of wobbles. But for the drops, you're going to want to be careful. And for the little tiny ones, I just do a dot right in the center. Okay. now we're gonna add just some plain white into this, and very gently, just right down the very middle. And you can also, you know, add some like that if you want for your drip part. Maybe that's a bit much. But you really want it to look like it is popping off the canvas there. And then maybe a little bit in the center here. Again, you don't want it to be like super perfect. Just a few little shiny marks. And then again for the little dots, just little dots right in the middle. You can, you know, play around with it and see, you know, how many highlights you want here and there, just until you feel comfortable that it looks like blood. Okay. And then I think for this one I'm gonna do a real high shine right there in the center. Maybe come in. The drip, you know, the ones like this where it's really dripping down require a little bit more finagling than your than the rest, but it's worth it. It gives it this really nice, really cool look. And that's it. That's dripping blood.